Hello, good afternoon. At least it is where I'm from. And when I'm filming this, this is Noah Road here. What I'm doing now is I left my apartment to go around town and out in the outskirts of town, about 2 or 3 miles, about 3 miles now from my house. And I'm scouting out areas for some stealth camping that I'm planning on doing soon. You know, I've been in my apartment for 7 months now, and that's quite a while. It's a pretty good stretch. So what I'm at this point looking to do is to change the pattern of my behavior, I guess, and branch out a little bit and start integrating some stealth camping into my routine and into my training, in fact. So I come out here to a different town that's connected to DuBois. It's about 3 miles. And this is a pretty area. I really like it. And I have stealth camped many times in this area over the years throughout my little travels around here. But this particular area, I haven't, you see. And I'm gonna take a little walk around and check out the landscape, look at how easy it would be for me to fly under the radar, or how difficult, conversely. Is it kind of litigious? Do I get that bad vibe? Should I leave that area alone? Or is this a go? Well, this area, it's a little bit trafficked. You can see that people come here and I don't know what they do. Maybe they fish, maybe they come down here and drink a couple of beers. It's not very heavily trafficked, and I don't think there's four-wheeler traffic, but it's heavy trafficked enough to where you could kind of get by for a couple of days here, and that's about it. There's no way you're gonna get by for, like I did last year in St. Mary's for 7 months, stealth camping. Somebody's gonna find it. Another thing you want to scope out is how bad are the bugs. And they're not bad here, but there are some areas to where the land is kind of swampier and it's lower, and the bugs are worse, so you need a tent, unless you're going to drive. You could do it. You could always just use a sheet, to cover yourself, but it kind of sucks to, because I want to look for a place where I can just camp under a tarp for a night or two without having to drag my tent out, which is, practically 10 pounds, maybe 8 or 9 pounds or something. It's, probably 18 inches long when it's rolled up, and I'd have to tie that to my backpack, and I really want to go lighter. So now this here is a commercial line, this railroad track. It's not exactly safe, so I'll just kind of wander over on this side. But yeah, I've been feeling the call to do some stealth camping because, recently I have kind of lost something. And Noah Road, is like my stunt double. And it's kind of comparable to the movie Fight Club. Noah Road is my Tyler Durden, if you will. And if you're going to have a long go at what you're doing, you got to give your stunt double or your alter ego a rest and a vacation. Allow it to leave for a while, because when you're living through a stunt double, a sort of caricature, an alter ego, you can't maintain that character forever. You can't just consistently do it without a break, because it's dangerous. Living like this is dangerous. So I take a lot of time off, and I you know, I go to the back of the class and I kind of start over again, especially as I get older. And I give Noah Road a break. And then after a while, I start to feel that it's not only safe to bring back Noah Road, but it's a little bit necessary for my survival, because I do need Noah Road. I need him. I can't maintain Noah Road all the time or I wouldn't be here. But I do need Noah Road. So this is my ritual to call him back. And I thought I would just take you all, my few viewers, along with me on the journey, you know, to call Noah Road back. Let's call him back. So I'm going to start out in baby steps. First, I'm doing this. I'm going out and legitimately scoping out the landscape, checking for legal issues, the way the land lies. Is it low, swampy, rocky, uneven, or even and good? Is it really well camouflaged? Is it heavily trafficked with perhaps four-wheelers, partiers? You know, what kind of a scene am I going to walk into if I put on a 40-pound backpack, leave my apartment and walk down the road 3 miles? What kind of a scene am I going to walk into? So I want to, you know, since I have the apartment available, I want to, you know, scope the area out for a while, a few times, you know, just to see, like I said, what am I walking into? This particular area, I have seen it before, but I haven't actually stealth camped here. I've stealth camped on the other side of these woods to the right. Now I'm sure we're getting into some private property. I think that other property was kind of like railroad property or town property, county property, highway property. Those kind of places are really good for stealth camping if they're camouflaged and they're not trafficked by anyone. Another thing I was thinking of, sometimes I just remember it. I was watching The Deer Hunter, which is a real popular movie. Robert De Niro and, you know, I don't know, there's famous people in that movie. And they filmed the scene. It's like the town that they were working at the steel mill in Mingo Junction, Ohio, which is down by Weirton, West Virginia. It's like right across the river. It was supposed to be in Pennsylvania somewhere. And it wasn't in Pennsylvania, it was in Ohio. And the other part that they were filming pretty regularly in for most of the movie was over across the river in West Virginia. But, so it's not in Pennsylvania like the movie was supposed to be in at all. But the part of that movie that really disappointed me was when they go up into the mountain, way up into the mountains, into the Alleghenies, to hunt the deer. I mean, they're going up and up and up into the jagged peaks of the Rocky Mountains with snow-capped mountains and glaciers. And I'm like, that ain't the frickin' Alleghenies. This is the Alleghenies here. Does it look anything like the deer hunter scene in the movie The Deer Hunter? I don't know what the heck the guy was thinking who, you know, decided to film the movie that way. I mean, these are not the Alleghenies themselves. These are like the foothills. You know, you go up to Elk County around the elk viewing area and stuff. Those are the Alleghenies. Or up around Johnsonburg or down around Johnstown. and even the outskirts of Pittsburgh. That's the Alleghenies. Doesn't look anything like the deer hunter scene where they're, you know, way up in the mountains, where you see the snow-capped jagged peaks and glaciers. I thought that was ridiculous. Anyways, see, there's a lot of this around here. You can see that that is four-wheelers. And you can see some four-wheeler trails, like tracks. It's not very heavily trafficked here. Very few. I just wanted to go up past Interstate 80. Another thing I check for too is, like, since we are kind of out in the country and out a little bit in the mountains, swimming holes, yes, but what about, you know, springs? This part of Pennsylvania, this DuBois area, doesn't have very many springs, unfortunately. Up in Johnsonburg, they have really good springs, because that's way up in the Alleghenies, that's in the mountains. St. Mary's is kind of high, but it's flat, so there's not many springs there. There's only one that I found in the outskirts of the town. And it runs out of water pretty fast. But yeah, all this area would be pretty easy to stealth camp in. The railroad company cuts those. Sometimes a tree will fall across the tracks, and the railroad workers, they have pickup trucks with railroad wheels on them, and they can lower them and ride on the tracks. And when they get off the tracks, they can raise them up and drive back on the road. Oh, here we go. Interstate 80. Yeah, I've always liked Interstate 80. I probably hitchhiked Interstate 80 more than any other interstate. 80 and 81 too on the other side of the state. I don't do much hitchhiking anymore, but I have hitchhiked a lot. I'm kind of a retired hitchhiker. I've hitchhiked all over the country, and I've also rode freight train all over the country as well. Stealth camping is in my blood, and there's definitely four-wheelers around here. But it would be very easy to stealth camp in this area. You'd have to be a little creative to get yourself out of the way, you know. And oftentimes you have to, I know I do, cut branches and stuff and pine boughs and from around the area and build up a bit of a frame around your tent in order to camouflage it. Where if somebody's 100 yards away, they wouldn't notice it. If they walk right up on it, you know, obviously they'll notice it. But it's kind of an interesting area. Here comes a train. Whoa! Anybody want to see a train? Now this train goes straight up to Elk County. It goes through Brockway and Ridgeway and into Johnsonburg. And Johnsonburg is real easy to get on and get off because the train only goes around 8 miles an hour, because there's a real sharp bend in the tracks, and it's got a real rickety train trestle. Now I don't know how fast the train will be going. That's too fast to hop. Yeah. Definitely too fast to hop. Now, if it was coming from the south, maybe if I went further down the tracks, I could hop it and catch a ride up to Johnsonburg. And anytime I wanted to get a ride back, I could hop on in Johnsonburg and jump off here. But look at how fast I'd be going. But I'm pretty sure it slows down. In fact, I know it does once it gets into DuBois. You could easily sleep at night. You got caught in the rain and your sleeping situation didn't work. That's a nice flat spot up there. And then to avoid detection, once it was morning, you could leave and go back out in the woods. Yeah, you see how it slowed down because it's going into DuBois. And it'll go even slower once it gets closer to town. But yeah, this is a bit of a stealth camping paradise. So, oh yeah, easy. So if I was coming out of Johnsonburg, I could easily hop off right here. And coming out of DuBois, I could hop on. Look at how slow that is. No doubt I could hop that. Unfortunately, those are tankers, and there's really no place to ride them now. So you'd have to wait for one with a grain car. Oh, here's a grainer, but it doesn't have the little platform on it. Doesn't have the little, yeah, there's no place to ride on that. Well, anyways, I don't want this video to be too long. I just want to take my viewers along and show you what I do, you know, what my ideas are, and you know, kind of like how I'm scoping the land out, scouting it out, you know, looking for stealth camping areas. Yep, I just might want to hop a train up to Johnsonburg one of these days. It's for sure in Johnsonburg it stops, or else it goes like 8 miles an hour. So it's easy to get off or on in Johnsonburg. It's a sure deal. And right here is pretty sure. Look how slow that sucker is going. Pretty cool area, huh? They could film what is it called? Like a post-apocalypse short film around here. Now here's a creek, and if I want to take my shoes off, I could walk across. And I know where this goes. It's Interstate 80. Well, good place to swim, eh? All right, y'all. I just wanted to take you all on a little walk with me. Getting my road legs back. All right, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go and scout out the area. Noah Road, over and out for now.